But here's the winner. The winner is Paige Wheeler.
Surprise!
Great job.
Great job to Paige. Great job to all of you this week who put in such a great effort. All right, this week we are having a fun discussion about frequency and energy, what we do best.
All right, Nadia.
Yes,
Neither of us planned on being here.
that is correct.
And especially with cameras and lights
Right.
and a microphone and all this. Although you've really warmed up to this environment, I'm still trying to figure it out because there probably will be a blooper or two before we're done.
No, it's a straight shot. No
Yeah,
bloopers.
okay, good. If you do most of the talking, we're going to be fine. And I'm not one to do the least amount of talking, so this is going to be really fun.
Okay.
Right? But we were sitting at lunch, and we were just having a really fun conversation. We're talking about, obviously, AO Scan. We're talking about Solex. But we kind of had a conversation more about energy in general and about how some of our impressions, some of the things that we've learned lately. And, of course, Shelby's there, and Shelby wins the battle when she has an idea, and she's like, you two, video room, let's go
When
do
she
this.
says, I have an idea, we're both like,
Oh, and Shelby. Well, the thing that's always I struggle with that is she's usually like, I have an idea. And I'm like, great, Nadia's going to do something.
and you got
And then I
roped
get wrapped into it. I'm like, how did we
But we
get
were
here?
having a really interesting, good conversation.
Yeah, and we have a lot of those.
Yes.
We tend to, well, and I so appreciate, I mean, we can get into your background and things like that, just so everybody gets to a better feel for you. And I think a lot of people do have a feel for you, and hopefully they do. Mm-hmm. But you aren't a novice here. And I think one of the things, if I had a goal for everybody at home to receive in that goal, it would be that they may not feel as experienced, as not perfected, but professional in their knowledge base and the breadth and depth of their.
I think a lot of people get caught up on that. They feel like they need to have a certificate or experience in order to make the most out of the scanner, when in fact, that's not the truth.
That's not the truth, right?
No.
Do you, like, if I were to take you back, and we talked about some of your experiences, and we don't necessarily need to go to all those experiences, but you even had experiences as a young child where you started to sense that energy was a part. There was something, you couldn't necessarily put your finger on it, but you could learn things about people, you could understand things. But when it comes to energy and frequency and what it does, I mean, obviously I'm asking you to forget a lot of what you know right now and go back to that kind of initial beginning. Did you have an aha moment, or was this a gradual process of learning and accepting that energy really has a part in our lives? It really can influence things. What was that like for you?
Well, I think, I know we all have that ability. It's just our gut instinct. And we all have it, but some of us suppress it because it may not feel comfortable, or at one time we may have said something when we were young, like I did. I had this experience where I just knew someone was not treating someone well. And I said something to my parents, and they're like, oh, no, that can't possibly be true. So the more times that happens, then you just kind of suppress your gut instinct, right? And that may be extreme, but also as simple as a child is crying and you just say, shh, don't say anything, right? It's okay, everything will be fine. Rather than getting to the emotion behind it, oh, what are you feeling? Yeah. Because we have to feel, and we have to put names to our feelings in order to feel that energy. So I think it kind of comes back to that. It's that gut instinct.
Yeah, I like that. I think when we start to try, if we're wanting to understand all of the influences in our life, and some of them are a lot easier to grasp, right? I'm sitting here on a chair.
Right.
It's easy for me to understand what this feels like, what this is like, because it's so tangible. It's when you get into the intangible that it takes longer for most of us, right, not to accept as much as to understand. I think our acceptance does come kind of maybe literally with that acceptance, that learning and understanding kind of go hand in hand to the point of believing,
Yeah.
to the point of, okay, I have enough information. I've seen enough things that you can do something with this, right?
Well, if you think about all of our schooling, it doesn't matter where you went to school, 99% probably, it's tangible. Mathematics, science, we're taught standard physics.
Yeah.
Newton law, everything. You can see it, you can feel it, you can touch it, you can witness it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the quantum physics, quantum energy, it's out there. It's in the ether. It's right. There's not a tangible thing, and we're used to being evaluated on tangible things.
Yeah. And it's so then to get to the part of where I understand and I want to understand and I want to do something with this, we definitely have to get past the initial hurdles of it means something to me or it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, right, it's for the people that get it, they're crazy people. They're out there, because they understand it, but I don't understand it, so something's off there, right?
Right.
And I think and I'll to be completely frank is not that I thought people were crazy, but I knew that I didn't understand most work around energy.
Right.
I mean, I knew I could flip the light switch and the light would come on.
And that's tangible.
And it's tangible. And so that was like real concrete, easy for me.
So your first experience was with the scanner.
My
The
first,
real
yeah,
first.
my real, and it's interesting because my very first experience with learning how energy works, that there is information tied to energy and it can be presented in such a way that's helpful and beneficial to me. Yes, that was a scanner, AO scan technology experience for me. That was the very first precipice into that field. Although now in reflection, I can see so many other instances of having interactions with people, interactions with sound and light, and that actually influenced me greatly.
That's what fascinates me.
Yeah.
Like you can go back and then see things once you've had that first experience. But you need some type of experience, whatever it is.
That's it.
In order to start seeing things and realizing that, oh, that's really just energy.
That I think that's it. Is whether I've told this before, but and to be succinct about it was I sat down with Lauren, early days of Solex, or actually it was pre-Solex, and he's like, "Okay, Guy, you gotta be scanned. Like if we're gonna do this, you gotta be scanned. You gotta get here." And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do that, And I think because I really love learning, like I really am in pursuit of truth.
Yes, you're curious.
Super curious. And because I'm curious, I'm open.
To some extent.
To some extent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean that I won't be skeptical.
Right.
And it doesn't mean I won't challenge what I'm being presented with. I'll challenge
You're Mr.
it.
Challenge.
Yeah, I will challenge it for sure. But only in the pursuit of finding out what's actual, right? And so that was like, I was ready. Oh, I was going to this meeting with Lauren.
You had your guns loaded.
And I'm like, oh, I'm going to expose this guy, right? And I'm on his side even, effectively.
Right.
But I'm like a business guy, right? I'm like, how am I going to do the business side of this? But I'm going to expose the truth here.
Yes.
And it's so funny because the short of the story is I'm driving there. I brought Shelby with me. And we're driving to Lauren's office, and on the way, I'm like, Shelby, you don't say a word.
I'm sure that went over really well.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I know I have a lower back, an L5 issue. I know I do. It's been bugging me for years. Right. I can't get enough sleep in that kind of thing. And I'm like, but you don't say a word because if you say it to Lauren, he's going to plug something into that machine of his, and it's going to spit out what I was expecting. Of course, she doesn't say anything. Lauren's all jazzed and ready to do this scan on me. I'm doing the scan. It's a comprehensive. Like we can go for the big guns, right out the gate, right?
He knew. He knows your personality.
Oh yeah.
He knows you need numbers.
Yes.
You need exact.
Yes. You give me.
Inner voice was not going to cut it.
No. And the funny thing is about that though, like just to jump out of that, is inner voice is probably my absolute favorite scan.
I can see that once you believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything to me is so tied to emotions. And if you can get emotions, you can find peace. If you can find peace, your body can find peace. And you can work with all the other parts. And I just love inner voice. Okay, so we do the scan. And I'm like, it's like 78 pages or whatever it was at the time. And he hands the phone to me. I pick up the phone and I'm going to
Right to the
skeletal spine and L5, red 9.
That's what you should have had on video.
And I'm like, yeah, I should have. Because it was like, the truth is, I really wish I had that report still. I wish I did, because that was kind of a seminal moment for
Right.
me. I would print that off and put it on my wall, because it was so profound to me in my learning journey I learned a lot of things, but in this area that it was so foreign to me, when you make your first step into learning a completely new area,
amazing.
it is so refreshing. It's so welcoming.
It's funny though, some people that triggers them and they get very anxious, right?
Well, it can be
It
scary.
can be either, yeah.
Yeah, because it can instill fear. When you're entering a whole new world
Right.
of things that you're like,
That lights me up.
Nadia, I can't see it. I can't touch it. I can't smell it. I can't taste it. There's none of the things they're working here, but yet there's some information that telling me that it is here. Okay, so they can get scared, and that's all right. I think that's okay, as long as you don't let that shut you down.
Right.
Right? If you let that shut you down, then it's kind of like the ostrich putting the head in the sand, saying, I'm pretending it doesn't exist, when energy really does. It's totally there. It's actually part of our day-to-day living.
I mean, I think it's undeniable.
Yeah, it's undeniable. Well,
For some people, it's not, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're just made of energy.
Yeah, we are.
We would not be alive
Yeah.
if our heart was not pumping.
It's fascinating because we're sitting here and we're under lights, right? Light is energy. It's a wavelength of energy. And the thing that's fascinating is I can't see the light coming from a lamp from the side, nor the color of it.
Right.
Yet, when I look at it, I see something. It doesn't mean that the in-between doesn't exist.
Correct.
It's absolutely there. It's just passing through that in-between to a receiving body that's willing and wanting to receive it and understand it, right? Now, I could sit here and I could close my eyes, right? I can even put a sleep mask on. I can make it as pitch black inside my head as I want to. Doesn't change the fact that there's light. And in fact, even with all that energy is still passing through, right? Because it's
And we can even go deeper. Like, it's not white light.
Yes.
It's a
correct.
spectrum of colors.
Of
And so we
everything.
have this whole other quantum energy thing that's happening.
Yes, which is so cool because it just opens the platform of learning and opportunity to say, no, there's so much more richness here. You know, so to that story,
Yeah, where were we?
here we were.
Okay.
I hit 9 L5. It's no kidding. I look at Lauren. No kidding. And I look over at Shelby. I show her the phone, and she just kind of like wide-eyed me. And then I kind of slowed down. So I said, Lauren, okay, I'm intrigued.
You have my attention now.
Yes, I'm intrigued. But I'm still scrolling. And I scroll through to muscular ligaments, and I'm like, left shoulder, no problem. Greens, blues, numbers 4, 5, 6, fine. Right shoulder, I had not even been thinking about this. I had a tendon in my shoulder that was super inflamed. Like I couldn't lift my arm, my elbow above my shoulder.
Wow.
It was really irritated. And sure enough, I didn't know the exact what it was, but sure enough, there was one part in my shoulder, red 9.
Wow.
Then I was floored.
Right.
And I did this. I went, sorry if this doesn't work for the camera.
You got real
Here's
close.
Lauren. I went needed it. I'm like, I need to know how this works, right? Because it was a fascinating experience that blew my mind, right?
Yeah.
But it blew my mind because it was real. It was actual. I have never been able to touch and harness and hold the frequency in my hand
Right.
that was giving me the information about my back or my shoulder. Yet the information could be presented to me in such a way that I knew it, Shelby knew it, Lauren did not know it, and neither did that cell phone that was giving me this information. It didn't. By the way, if we have that conversation, do you have a name for your scanner?
Not yet. We just had the conversation. It should have been filming. It would have been more natural. Guy kept saying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it. I'm like, we need to name our scanners.
Yeah, we should. Like, we name our Shelby and I
Cars.
name
We
our
name
cars.
Yeah.
We name our cars, and our kids are all involved in that.
Right.
I really think I need to name my scanner.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna name a scanner.
And so, in fact, that needs to be we need to tell Shelby. That
Contest.
needs to be a contest of somebody. What's
Don't
the
need
name?
to tell Shelby. We'll just say
What's
no.
the name of your scanner? We're gonna give away something, right? We need to name our scanner.
Well, I
'cause
need to
it's
say why.
And why? Why'd you name it that?
Yes.
Right? Now, I love this.
Yeah.
Let's continue. So it's so powerful when you look at that and you're saying, okay, by having an experience, I went from being openly skeptical. Is that even
Yes.
possible?
Yes.
Openly skeptical about what Lauren was offering to being absolutely jumping in both feet.
Yeah.
Saying
Career,
there's
everything.
Yeah.
But I
There's
think you
something
need to
real
have
here.
that aha moment.
Yeah,
Without that aha moment, it's difficult to jump in.
it is.
For some people, not all people, but a lot of people.
Well, so that actually, did you need to have an aha moment in your journey? Or was it
So
more
I
of like,
kinda had
okay,
uh-oh moment.
oh,
Yeah. I had the opposite with frequency
Okay.
at first. I had neuro Lyme, really bad. I mean, had the kids packed up. My husband was on vacation already, or he was working. He was going to meet us. So we're going for a week, 3 kids, dog, get up at 6 a.m.,
yeah,
can't find the keys. Looked everywhere. Ended up taking the perishables out, taking the kids out, taking the dog out. They're playing. I'm looking all over the place for the key. Call a locksmith. This is 91, so this
yeah,
is
oh yeah.
easy thing.
This is
I
a
think
lot
we
of
had
work.
the big cell phone, but anyway.
No pushing your phone to turn on
pushing
your
your
car.
phone, exactly. And
No air tags on the keys back then.
nothing like that. Making the kids lunch. The locksmith was going to come over, and turns out that they were in the refrigerator. My neuroline was so bad. And so I couldn't blame my husband, which I tend to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, you can't relate.
No, never had that experience
They were
before.
on the top shelf, right? So I can't blame any of the kids, can't blame the dog, it's clearly me.
Yeah.
So, went through all the testing. The doctor said Lyme didn't exist at the time.
Okay.
And went through neurology, went to everything. No one had any answers.
Yeah.
Because Lyme didn't exist, except go on 6 months of antibiotics, which I wasn't going to do.
Yeah.
So I got a old school ref machine. You had to lay on the couch for 2 hours and not move. They hold these cylinders. We think we have it hard explaining the machine, right? There's still machines out there like that, even, right?
there
2
are.
hours for a scan. And it was like a DOS machine, too. So, it took,
That's why it was 2 hours.
it was crazy. But I didn't know better. I went right after attacking the Lyme and went hardcore. I'm like, I'm going to get rid of this. I have kids, blah, blah, blah. And it got worse because I didn't know what I know now. Like, you have to open up your digestive system. You have to, there's an order to do it. And you can't go right after killing pathogens sometimes without having. But it was an aha moment because I knew frequencies worked.